Hello and welcome to the news at noon on Lagos Television. I am Grace Ekma. The federal government has called for the involvement of employers of labour, among other critical stakeholders, in the design and review of higher institutions' curricula, saying that it will generate the skills and competences that will be beneficial to the society. President Muhammadu Buhari stated this while delivering an address at the Federal University of Technology, Akore's 31st convocation. Buhari, represented by the Deputy Executive Secretary, National Universities Commission, Suleiman Rahman, said such review would take care of the perceived gap in the specific needs of the society and what is being taught in the ivory towers. According to the president, government expects Nigerian universities to produce quality graduates imbued with the requisite knowledge, competences, attitudes and skills to be active role players in the quest for socio-economic and technological development. The president also emphasized the need for collaboration between the academia and the industry to prefer a solution to Nigeria's challenges. Back here in Lagos State, the government has inaugurated an 8-man advisory committee on police prosecutions in magistrate courts to review laws enabling police prosecutorial powers. Speaking at a swearing-in of the committee, Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Moyosore Onigbanjo says the committee's inauguration is in response to the clamor by non-governmental organizations and stakeholders to bar police prosecutions of criminal matters at the state magistrate.
We have a committee made up of experts in this field on both sides of the divide to advise us on what to do. And my confidence is looking at the team put together is that I know at the end of the day, Lagos State, whatever decision we'll take, will be based on the recommendations of this committee, and our state's criminal practice in our jurisdiction and our space would be better for it.
The chairman of the advisory committee, Fola Arthur-Warre, says that the committee will put in its best to ensure a rational recommendation.
We promise to put in our best effort. We'll look at every issue that occurs and try and present to you a rational recommendation which you might find useful in implementing the policy.
The advisory committee has been urged to look beyond Lagos State in its deliberations and likewise consider the laws of the country in order to give a balanced advice. The committee is expected to submit its report in 4 weeks. Now, Lagos residents have been assured of adequate security through collaboration with all other security agencies in the state. Lagos State Commissioner of Police Hakeem Odumosu said this at a press briefing on successes recorded by the police force in the month of December. Oluwaseun Ayombadejo reports.
Policing in Lagos State over the last few months has witnessed a new dimension, with various success cases recorded. The Lagos State Police Command says there has been a drastic reduction in cases of traffic robbery.
The first major challenge I met was that of traffic laws in different parts of Lagos State. We reviewed our reporting time. We launched Operation State of Emergency on traffic, and with our major mainstream traffic must flow. This led to deployment of 1,000 personnel for the traffic. And still on traffic, with the support of Lagos State government, deployed 200 motorbikes to various parts of the state for traffic control and to also combat the menace of traffic robbery. So the operation successfully prosecuted 75 traffic violators, that's mobile courts, and 75 vehicles were impounded. So among the offenders, 28 were arrested for driving against traffic. 20 vehicles were impounded based on traffic against one way. So while the rest were arrested for indiscriminate parking and causing obstructions by clubbers and customers of the factories.
In the month under review, the Commissioner of Police, Akim Odumosu, says the command arrested 75 traffic violators, 114 armed robbery suspects, 46 cultism suspects, 82 murder suspects, with 25 assault firearms and 11 stolen vehicles recovered, while also intercepting a petroleum tanker hijacking syndicate.
The various gun groups and gangs identified within the state include Aye and Neye confraternities, 1 million boys of Ajegule, 48 boys, so then Akala boys at Mushin. The 1 million boys at Ajegule is directly, we just carry out a major operation overnight. They are there, 100 of them we picked overnight. And that was the one we picked on 31st, because we got information that 31st, they are going to carry out a carnival. That was in Ajegule, so that went on them. And that was why throughout that period, there's no single incident.
The police boss added that the force in 2020 will fully implement community-based policing policies and strategies which will in turn bridge the gap between the police and community to further achieve a safer Lagos.
Now, over 3,000 cases of Okada accident have been recorded in Lagos State since 2015 to 2019, leaving over 300 people dead. Medical experts from both Lagos State University Teaching Hospital and Igbobi Orthopedic Hospital, Lagos, say there will be a reduction if the 2012 transportation law prohibiting the riders from major roads is reinforced. Our health correspondent, Aminat Elegushi, tells us more.
That motorcycle, popularly called Okada, has become a huge menace in Lagos is no longer in doubt. The riders are seen plying major roads, disobeying traffic signs, disregarding the Lagos State traffic law, which restricts the riders from major highways in the state. These illegalities have not stopped, but has continued to cause major health hazards. The different levels of hospitals, especially the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital Emergency Center and the Orthopedic Hospital, play host to degrees of victims owing to Okada accidents.
Motorcycle or Okada accidents, as it were, constitutes one of the major risk factors for patients that are brought in with trauma in our facilities here. As of 2012, when we had the legislation against riding of motorcycle on the highway, and they were restricted to the inner roads, there was a significant decrease in the number of accident victims in general that were brought to the emergency. In fact, at a point in time, shortly after the legislation, we have several free beds in emergency rooms.
Okada, as popularly called motorcycle, commercial motorcycling, is an unprotected vehicle. I mean, the vehicle itself does not have any external shell to protect the patients. So once anything happens, it's either the person directly hits another vehicle or hits the ground. So most of these patients present with what we call open injuries, that is, fractures that are associated with flesh injuries. And these classes of fractures are really very difficult to treat. These injuries usually involve the limbs. And when you sit on an Okada, your limbs are just dangling there, so they're very much exposed. A lot of them also have head injuries. But because the head injuries are sometimes very severe and kills the patient almost immediately.
From 2015 to 2019, there was an alarming progression in the number of accidents that happened, and some resulted in death.
Around 2015, we had about 252 victims brought in, constituting about 172 males and 72 females. Of course, we have more males affected. And as of 2019, it has increased to 349 males and 123 females.
In 2015, we had about 132 cases. 2016, 192, you can see it's going up. 2017, 145. 2018, 229. And last year, 257. So it's been going up steadily every year. So it's really something that should be stemmed as quickly as possible.
It is also unfortunate to state that these accidents recorded affect mostly people of active age.
People in their 30s, from late 20s, 30s and 40s, those are the people that make money, that go out to make money for their family. Those are the people you are likely to see on top of Okada rushing from one place to the other. And then at the end of the day, those people are damaged and then they are unable to fend for their family again.
These experts emphasized that rather than their desired destinations, reckless Okada riders drove many innocent souls to the land of no return, urging the state government to take quick action to curb the menace. Aminat Elegushi, LTV News.
In line with the Nigerian Railway Modernization Project of the Lagos-Ibadan section with an extension to Lagos Port at Apapa, the Lagos State Government will be closing down PWD level crossing around Ikeja GRA axis on the 10th of January 2020 and the Buri level crossing along Igomu axis on the 11th of January 2020 from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. Alternative routes have been provided for road users during the course of the construction to ensure motorists reach their various destinations with ease. The closure was also being slated at this time to ensure smooth and uninterrupted flow of work on the rail tracks. Meanwhile, motorists plying Ikeja axis are advised to access their destinations via Ilupeju level crossing and Ikeja along level crossing, while commuters driving along Igomu axis inward Surulere should make use of Costain Expressway and Orile Express Corridor, Body Thomas Street and Eric Moore Road. The Lagos State Government hereby appeals to road users to bear with the government as it takes steps to further create transport infrastructure that will ultimately improve the travel experience of commuters in the state. Moving on to sports, President Badminton Federation of Nigeria, Francis Obi, has stated that the federation is working assiduously to ensure that its players qualify for this year's Tokyo Olympic Games in Japan. As part of the Federation's 2020 program, Africa's reigning champion, Anu Oluwapo Okpeori, Godwin Olofua and Dorcas Adesokun will attend Olympic qualifiers in Estonia, Sweden, Uganda and Kenya, New Zealand, Finland, Netherlands and Croatia. The points garnered at these championships will propel the trio to Tokyo. The president also stated that the Nigerian team would take part in the All-Africa Senior Championship in February in a bid to qualify for the Thomas and Uber Cup. Nigerian players have not played in the Thomas Cup in 10 years, while they are yet to feature in the Uber Cup. Some of the programs and events slated for the year are launch of the shuttle time for schools, 6th Lagos International Badminton Classics, National Badminton Championship, and 4th Katsina Golden Star Badminton Championship. The Nigerian team is also expected to attend the West Africa Circuit of Ivory Coast, Ghana and Benin Internationals, while the BFN will also continue its pursuit of scholarship for Nigerian players in China. While assuring that the Federation will introduce at least one age-grade national championship, he stated that it will also hold a technical course for coaches and umpires, as well as the National Badminton Festival and the inauguration of the Nigeria Badminton Hall of Fame. Meanwhile, Adesokun begins 2020 as African #1 female player following the end-of-the-year world ranking in 2019. Dorcas is also ranked 82 in the world and number 71 on the road to Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. That's the news at this hour. For more stories, you can log on to our various social media platforms. Many thanks for watching. To join us again at 2, I'm Grace Ekma.